Miss Universe Canada 2012 might be losing her crown soon because she is advocating for the ban of pit bulls in British Columbia. Now, people are very outraged about this. In fact, there was a petition on change.org that has already been signed by 2,300 people. They want her to step down from her position. They don't want her to be Miss Universe Canada anymore, and it's because they believe that they should have the right to own pit bulls, and they believe that pit bulls are just like any other innocent dog out there. What are your thoughts on this, John?
First of all, it's not rare that people ask Miss Universe, Miss America to step down for controversial things they've said about religion or about pit bulls. Here's how much I care who is Miss Universe or Miss USA. Not at all. Pup kiss, as Jake would say. I don't personally care. Now, I understand why they have a problem with this statement. I know personally, I did a story on TYT University recently about a girl who'd been volunteering with animals and was killed by them. And in the tags, I had pit bull attack. I copied the tags basically from the story just so that it covered the same sort of material. And people went crazy about it. And I understand why. People have been attacking pit bulls for over a decade now. Before that, it was Rottweilers. Before that, it was Dobermans. People like to single out animals they see as aggressive. And so I understand why they have a problem with this. But should she step down? She wields no power. It's not like she can personally get pit bulls banned. It's not going to happen. It's kind of a crazy thing to say.
Right.
So,
I think that people who are, pit bull supporters and owners feel like this is, a threat to the pit bull community. I know that sounds ridiculous, but, if you keep on pushing this stereotype of pit bulls as, these violent, dangerous animals, maybe people will react differently to pit bulls. Maybe they'll be willing to act violently toward them or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but you're absolutely right about how she has absolutely no power. British Columbia is not going to ban pit bulls, so I don't think anyone has anything to worry about. And at the same time, I think that it's important to kind of understand things from her perspective as well. Because when she was 14, she was attacked by a pit bull. Yeah. And she has a scar on her chest from it. So, they asked her, I'm sure they asked her what kind of issues she wants to be an advocate for. And dude, she's a beauty pageant winner. So she's like, I don't know, pit bulls. Yeah. Let's ban pit bulls. I think that's what happened. And you can't take it too seriously. And really, is your life going to change if she steps down? And by the way, I don't agree with her. I don't think you should ban pit bulls. I think that's so stupid. It's so simplistic.
If you were to, what are you going to euthanize all of the pit? That's crazy, and that's why they have a problem with it. Can I, in defense of pit bulls, can I give just some brief stats that I found in my research?
Absolutely.
So people assume that they're dangerous because they hear that they're dangerous, but are they actually dangerous? And so there was a study done by the National Taiwan Normal University. They tested 33 different breeds, and they found that in regards to attacks on strangers, pit bulls were basically in the middle in terms of aggressiveness. They were not the most aggressive dogs.
So what is the most aggressive dog?
The most aggressive dogs were actually Dachshunds and Chihuahuas.
No! Okay, Chihuahuas I believe, but Dachshunds, really?
Yeah, they're vicious little creatures. Aww. No, I think that they're adorable.
I like that they're the most vicious because they're small and, relatively harmless.
And we don't worry about their attacks as much.
Right.
But yeah, 20% of Dachshund and Chihuahua owners report that they attack strangers versus 4.7% of pit bull owners. But in defense of people who have a problem with pit bulls, now when you turn from strangers to dogs, violence against dogs, they are in the most aggressive category. And so what people are saying is, one of the reasons humans seem to be attacked by pit bulls is because the pit bulls attack their dogs, they try to defend their dogs, and they're in the way, and they become attacked as a result of that.
Oh, it's interesting.
So yeah, with regard to dogs, they are more aggressive, but not in terms of just running up and attacking strangers. You need to watch out for Chihuahuas.
I feel like a bad mom.
Which I own, actually.
I feel like a bad mom when I'm walking my dog because she's so cute. But no matter how much I try to discipline her, she doesn't stop barking at people that pass by as we're walking, and it's really, really bad. I think it reflects poorly on me.
You need to watch Dog Whisperer.
But I try to get her to stop, and she won't stop. And it's totally true. If I let her go, she would definitely go attack the person who's walking. Jeez. But it's so funny because if I bring her into work, she's the most timid dog on the planet. Yeah. She's afraid of everyone. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.